Blasting in the brains of these hoes and establishing a name as he goes. The passion and the flame is ignited. You can't put it out once we light it. This shit is exactly what the fuck that I'm talking about when we riot. You dealing with a few true villains who stand inside.
Hello there everyone, my name is Carnage, and today I'm bringing you my first Battlefield 3 gameplay. This one is a team deathmatch on Tehran Highway. It's a very front and back map because all the action takes place on the main strip. Here you can see I'm going to be changing my class to using the M416 with the ACOG sight, the Foregrip, and the heavy barrel attachments. The 3 attachments that I put on it you unlock later, and then I'm also using the MP443 as my secondary. I have the medic kit, the defibrillator, and then also I have an ammo upgrade, stuff you earn later in the game. But it's not a lot of any of the stuff that I added onto it. It's not really the stuff that like gives you a certain advantage. Like there's no special attachment in this game that's gonna make you better with a gun just because it's the attachment. It really just comes down to preference. But the way, as you can see, the title says how to be good in Battlefield 3. I'm gonna give you the 4 or 5 main tips that you need to know in order to be good at this game, because the number one tip you have to know is this is not Call of Duty, because people are getting I mean I saw last night when it was Monday night, when some people had gotten Battlefield 3 earlier, people were crying and flaming and flooding Twitter with just stuff like, oh my god, this game is full of campers, it's so campy, everyone just sits back and waits and everything, and it's nothing like Call of Duty. Call of Duty doesn't have camping even close to this. And it's like, well, here's the reason. The maps are 4 times the size of Call of Duty's maps. The guns are designed to be shot aiming down sights first. They're made to be shot not from the hip. They're made to be shot aiming down, and they're made to be so that where the person who is more settled in a spot is rewarded with the kill. This game's a lot more about positioning and a lot less about aiming skill. It's quite different from Call of Duty, and that's why I'm tired of people making comparisons to these two games. It's like they're not the same, and they never will be. And so the number one thing you need to know is that this game is not Call of Duty. You have to play it much different. And when it comes to picking your class, the number one class you need to pick when it comes to relying on yourself, which in Team Deathmatch, it's probably the closest to relying on yourself, is the Assault class. And the reason you want to use the Assault class is not because of the gun types, but because it offers the one main thing that is probably a game changer: the medic. The medic thing you can throw down any time and instantly it'll heal you back up. You can see above my ammo thing there's a little like heartbeat thing going up. It says 100%. That's how much health I have at the moment. And you'll see plenty of times I get down to about 25%, and right then there I'll hide, I'll throw in a medic kit, get all the way up to 100%, and then I'll go back out to battle. Because in this game you need to be at 100% for every one-on-one gunfight, at least when you're shooting at someone that's looking at you. If you're shooting at someone you're shooting from behind, you're not going to need full health, because chances are, if your aim is not terrible, then you'll be able to kill them fairly easy. And this game is not like Call of Duty where the mini-map is very useful. In this game the minimap is still very important, but it's not as pivotal. It's a lot more of like, you need to be knowing your surroundings. Here I pick up a nice double kill, and actually I think this is the start of my 17 kill streak I actually get. Here I just embarrass a guy after this. So here you see I get 9% health. I throw it on my health pack, I'm waiting, and I embarrass this guy right here because he just walks around the corner. Actually, I don't think I got the kill for that, never mind. He embarrasses himself. But the medic class is not the only class that you can heal yourself with. Every class actually gets healed over time, but the medic makes it, I think, like 4 times faster. So it's a much more useful person for rushing, because you really need that kind of safety. At least when I think of rushing, you want to have as much capability as possible. So it looks like I was wrong. It wasn't my 17 kill streak. I think I start that now because I end the game 27-7, I believe. Which is, you know, very respectable, because you're not going to find, there's no kill streaks in this game, so you're not going to find people dropping 100 damn kills in the game. Although if someone did that, that would be pretty damn ridiculous. I think the highest kill game I've gotten was in a Conquest game, and it was like 53, and I went like 53 and like 29 or something. A good game in Battlefield is a respectable 2.0 KD, because, you know, the game's different. It's not made on, you know, getting high kill streaks to lead to high more rewards. It's based on teamwork. It's not really based on individual skill. which leads me to my next point on another way to succeed. You need to have good teamwork, especially when it comes to the games like Rush and Conquest, and stuff that relies on teamwork and relies on other people, not just you. You need to have good teamwork. Here you get a nice double kill with my MP443, which I believe is the best secondary in the game. If you guys are looking for a pistol you need, use that one, because I believe it's the best of like the 4 that I have at the moment. I have the M9, M1911, the MP443, and I think like one more, but I believe this one is the best of all of them so far. And the assault rifles are definitely one of the better gun classes. The SMGs are fairly respectable too, but you know, the Marine side SMGs are much better than the are much more, you know, versatile than the Russian side, because they actually seem to have a lot more range, rather than the other ones seem to have a lot more spraying ability, probably smaller hip fire spread, which, you know, it can come into different plays. So I mean, at certain maps, certain guns will be better than others. Here on this map, especially just in team deathmatch in general, I always run the assault class just because of that medic ability. That is so key, because you'll see plenty of times I put it down and I just refill my health and I can literally just run around the corner. And I've even been in times where there's been a grenade that landed pretty close to me and I stayed alive just because my medic kit was healing me as I was being blown up. It's almost something that can be abused, and I could see it being considered overpowered later in the game, but at the moment, it's the first day being out, nothing's really considered overpowered. So you know what, if it's gonna be overpowered early, I mean, if it isn't considered overpowered now, I'll use it. I don't have a problem with it. And so my next tip I can give you is a lot of these guns have quite a substantial amount of recoil, because this game is, I think, a little bit more skillful than Call of Duty. Call of Duty takes a little bit more individual skill. I mean, that kind of sounds stupid if you're saying this takes more skill, when how does the other one take more skill? You're contradicting yourself. This one takes a little bit more of positioning skill. Here, I just get lucky that this guy was shitty in this game, and because the burst fire is much more important, and that's why they actually, in this game, they give you a fire selector. If you press down on the D-pad, you actually can turn the fire selector to single shot or burst fire instead of automatic. Here, this is just easy pickings. When you just want to stand on a rock for me, it's like, thank you. Here you see I jump over the barrier because I had a feeling there would be a person here. So I know he's hiding in this corner around here. I'm just waiting for the perfect time to jump, and then I'm aiming down sights the second I see him. And here, luckily, I stay alive. And so you see, I'll throw down my medic kit because I'm not 100%, get 100%, and I'll move on. I'll skip promoted here too. So out of the assault rifles that I've unlocked so far, the M416 is definitely my favorite. It seems to have the least amount of recoil out of all of them, and still has pretty damn good damage. I think it's probably the better of the 4 I think I have at the moment, but I mean, then again, I've only have 4 of them, so I mean, my opinion could completely change later. I've been playing this game since I bought it around 5 o'clock today, and it's 2 a.m. in the morning as I'm saying this. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you enough tips to the point where if you buy Battlefield 3, you can enjoy it and still have a pretty good knowledge of how to play this game and enjoy it and still do pretty good. Here I run out of ammo, so I have to pick up the M4A1. You'll see this has still pretty good range. It's essentially just a smaller version of the M416 or M16. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like rating. It really helps. I'd really like to reach 1,000 subscribers before MW3 comes out. I know it's a long shot, but you know, if you're gonna dream big. So if you guys if you enjoyed it, please give it a like rating. If you didn't, please let me know. I always enjoy feedback. I always want to make my videos as best as possible. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you all later. Bye.